This program is presented by International Container Terminal Services, Inc. Excellence Uncontained.
Thank you for tuning in to Business and Beyond. Still on our market series, we are pleased to feature a new but promising market which is very timely setting its sights on expanding its Asian interests. For the product focus, we are pleased to feature an ASEAN Excellence Awardee which belongs to the country's top export product, electronics. But the better news is this is an all-Filipino company.
Meanwhile, this week's MSME features comes from the handicraft industry doing traditional banig-based products but elevated in terms of design and application. But before this, we go to some major industry news from last week.
Lawmakers in both houses of Congress are looking at filing measures proposing to give farmers, fisherfolk, and micro, small, and medium enterprises, or SMEs, greater access to trade financing from banks and insurance coverage. Representative Arthur Yap, chair of the House Committee on Economic Affairs, said in a business conference that they are looking at the annual budget for the CCT program for poor families, which amounts to about 80 billion, and are considering allocating about 5 billion of the budget for the micro-insurance fund of SMEs, farmers, and fisherfolk. Foreign financial institutions, according to Yap, are ready to come to the Philippines to offer microinsurance services to these sectors. Meanwhile, Senator Cynthia Villar shared that they are working on a bill pushing for government subsidy of the insurance premium to be paid by SMEs, farmers, and fishermen. Villar asked for cooperation from the private sector, particularly from the insurance sectors. Export industry stakeholders are urged to continue innovating in business and creating value to penetrate or expand to global markets. The message was also carried in other private sector and government agency presentations at the National Export Congress held recently. The Congress also discussed the government and private sector initiatives in promoting government's trust of inclusive business. The DTI-EMB stressed that the firms need to innovate rapidly and cost-effectively. Exports are also expected to expand through using connectivity tools such as the Internet, infrastructure, and with the creation of the Department of Information and Communication Technology, or DICT. International Container Terminal Services, Inc. Excellence Uncontained. International Container Terminal Services, Inc. Excellence Uncontained.
With trade turnover at just about $1 billion in 2014, there's much room for expansion between economic relations of the Philippines and Russia. However, with very little economic experience, what challenges and incentives await businesses in both economies? Let's get the answers straight from the director of the ASEAN Center of the Moscow Institute of International Relations, Dr. Viktor Samsky. How would you assess the economic relations between the Philippines and Russia? And if at all, where does the Philippines figure in the global economic interests of Russia?
Let us say that both our countries started to pay attention to each other relatively recently, and they're still in the process of discovering each other as prospective economic partners. But with the display of political will by both our presidents, I think the process will now be intensified.
What specific sectors or fields of interest in terms of trade and investments can be pursued between the two?
Well, one possible way to look at this is to see how other ASEAN partners of Russia are positioning themselves. I think the Filipino way of approaching this may be to identify the kind of partnership which will be most productive for it in a particular part of Russia. I would say that establishing partnerships with the Russian Far Eastern territories may be a very promising way of doing things for the Philippines. And here you may pay attention to places like Vladivostok, which is now enjoying the status of a free port, and also to what is now called in Russia territories of advanced growth. This is a concept promoted by the Ministry for the Development of the Russian Far East, and basically it's about creating enclaves which will have simplified customs and taxation regimes, which will promote development of value-added, export-oriented industries, and which will also try to develop conditions conducive to creative and productive life, which will attract qualified workforce.
Right, so I guess that also includes services and
Of
technology-based
course,
industries, right?
and since Philippine economy today is very much a service economy with lots of experience accumulated in this field, I think that export of services is potentially a lucrative thing for the Philippines.
What are some tips that you can give on how to do business with Russians?
You know, don't look at Russia as another planet. It is just another market economy, which basically operates on the same basis as your economy, but there may be some cultural specifics which do not alter the major general line of economic development. So I think you must be reasonably sensitive to these specifics, but you must proceed from the assumption that on the whole, Russia is familiar like any foreign country should be familiar.
Right. Thank you very much, Dr. Samsky. That was enlightening and helpful.
Thank you for hosting me.
Thank you, and welcome to the Philippines.
Thank you once again.
Business and Beyond will be back.
International Container Terminal Services, Inc. Excellence Uncontained. International Container Terminal Services, Inc. Excellence Uncontained.
Electronics remain to be the country's major export product, contributing about 40% to the country's gross domestic product. We now have a major exporter of electronics to talk to us about the challenges, the issues, the opportunities way forward. Please welcome the President and CEO of EMS Components Electronics Inc., Mr. Ferdinand Ferrer. First off, congratulations! Big deal yun yung AEC Priority Integration Excellence Award. So, what was the criteria and why did EMS win the award?
Well, in fact, we were also surprised being in contention with all the other ASEAN countries. And we were narrowed down to a couple countries. I believe it was Malaysia.
Ano po yung products that you produce? To whom do you supply to?
By the way, our company was started 12 years ago by my father, Francis Ferrer. He really started a company. And it remains a private company, an all Filipino company. What we do is a lot of sub-assemblies for electronic packages here in the Philippines. Our customers are the titans of the industry overseas, name brands.
How many percent of your inputs are imported and how many percent are local? So we talk of local value added.
Most of our materials were imported. In fact, probably around 70%, 75% were outside the country. Now we have brought it down to 62%.
Okay.
And we're targeting more localization of components here in the Philippines to help our SMEs, and yes, to
right.
help the support industries.
So what is the composition of your supply chain? So when you work with MSMEs, what do they provide you with?
We purchase a lot of plastic parts now, a lot of plastic and molded parts now, a lot of machined parts now, and also we're looking now at purchasing glass parts. So now we have also and co-developing some painting of materials and plating of materials locally.
Sir, how much % of production goes to export?
We do not have domestic clients.
So it's
All our
100%.
products are directly and indirectly exported.
Sir, what are the outputs when they do your products? Are they finished already, finished products, or semi?
Currently, the majority of our products are indirectly exported to local exporters. But starting this year, 2016, we've seen a growth in our finished products. Now, for the first time, we are producing products here built from zero.
From zero.
Absolutely, including all the packaging, boxes, and all the components. So, literally made in the Philippines for export to Japan and to Europe.
Ano po ba yung trends, directions of the products that you're doing?
Well, we have a lot of development in automotive and also in smart technology using Internet of Things. Because I believe 5 years, maybe even less, from now, we will all be connected. From our handset devices to lights to the everyday appliances in the household, even to cars. Now, we also have development in storage devices. Now, the third one is on the automotive.
Is EMS positioned already at this point to deliver, and maybe the Philippines as a supplier, because we talk of a supply chain in the country?
When it comes to EMS, we are upgrading our skills.
Okay.
We're upgrading our technical skills to address the requirements of the future generation of vehicles.
Yung sir, innovation nyo, technology, research, development, is that in-house too? All Filipino technology ba to, sir?
All Filipino, 100%
Wow,
Filipino.
great, great.
Although we do have some research going on, well, together with other countries.
Do you have expansion plans to do in the coming years?
Yes, currently we're constructing 3 buildings.
Were you not affected by the global slump in the last 1.5 years?
There was some slight decline, but because of the new business that was brought in by the group, it offset the decline on the softness of the market on some of the products.
What will make you hit the targets, and what will derail?
Our team, our management team has aggressive targets, double-digit targets annually compounded, and all this is divided into 2 things. One is developing new business within our existing customers, and finding new customers.
Sino ba yung major competitor natin in this line that you do?
Our competitor really are the different countries
Right.
around. Vietnam is half our
ASEAN.
labor rate. Here in the Philippines, we work together with the other companies. In fact, we help grow each other.
What kind or what assistance will you need from government for you to grow further?
I believe the government has a lot on their plate, and the Department of Trade, the same with the Board of Investments.
Right.
They have all these programs trying to implement or being implemented. As far as we're concerned, at least with our group, our EMS group, what we need, we develop.
Oh,
So we develop on our own, within our own 2 feet.
EMS is one less problem for government. Thank you, sir, for joining us, for all the
you're
insights, for the information. Business and Beyond will be back.
International Container Terminal Services Inc. Excellence Uncontained. International Container Terminal Services Inc. Excellence Uncontained.
This is a story of a craft that's been handed from one generation to another, yet continues to thrive. We talk with one of the producers and indirect exporter of banig woven products like what they have, and we introduce to you the president and the owner of Tap's Handmade Products, Mr. Resita Policarpio. Kumusta naman yung business?
Maganda naman din ang demand kasi kagagaling lang namin ng Bahandi Trade Fair. Sa lahat ng trade fair na nasalihan ko, pati yung Manila Fame noon, parang napakaganda talaga yung ngayon. Hindi ko lang alam kung dahil sa nagsama-sama sila na nag-invite ng mga buyers.
Okay, paano mo ba inumpisahan itong iyong business?
Nag-start ako talaga from scratch. Ang trainer kasi ako ng TESDA. Itong pagbabanig, sa totoo lang, hindi ako marunong mag-weave. Hindi ako marunong na mag-design. Wala akong kamuwang-muwang dito talaga. Kaya lang maraming lugar, itong tipong kasi dito talaga sa Leyte. So, sa pagpunta-punta dun sa mga barangays, ganun nga mga salita sa akin. Sabi ko, ganito na lang, akong magmamarket. Pero siguraduhin na ang produkto ay quality. So, 1999, nag-start ako sumali ng trade fair. Ang una kong naging buyer, ang province of Leyte, yung Vice Governor, nagkaroon sila ng Vice Governor's League. So, yun, yung ginamit nun, yung backpack. Until now, yun ang top grosser ko, yung design ng backpack na yun.
Okay, magmula nung una, nag-evolve na ba yung design o still the same design?
The same ang design, kaya lang nagdagdag kami ng material.
Ito,
Ngayon,
may combination na.
pwede na siya ngayon malagyan ng laptop.
Oh, galing. So, nag-evolve din siya. Okay. Other than the bag, syempre meron pang banig, no? Banig, you also have wallets.
Ito na mga banig, puro produkto namin yan. Kami na ang nag-buy products.
Pag wala nung mag-umpisa, kailan yung empleyado mo hanggang ngayon?
Ang weavers ko, before Yolanda, umabot ng 220. Pero ngayon, 107.
Okay, nakita ko sa mga buyers mo locally, mga artista. Sino na ba yung mga suki mong artista?
Si Bing Pimentel, tuloy-tuloy yun. Mayroon siyang tindahan sa International Airport.
And
Mga
sinabang
backpacks ang kinukuha niya.
okay, and nabahit mo, nag-design din siya ng mga collections mo.
Nag-design siya yung traveling bag na yun. Kanyang design.
Na yun. Okay. Sino pa? We have Miss Universe, no? Gloria Diaz.
Nung Manila Fame.
Nung Manila.
Namili sila sa amin ng mga bags.
Okay.
Tapos ang tuloy-tuloy ko pa ngayon si Tessa Prieto.
Teka, balikan ko lang. Bakit bumaba yung number of employees?
Nagkaroon ako kasi ng problema. After Yolanda, nagkaroon kami ng bangon negosyanteng Bisaya noong April 1 to 6. Nakabangon na sana kami. Pagka-December ng 2014, nasalanta ulit kami ng Typhoon Senyang. Ang nangyari, tubig, lubog kami. So lahat ng makina ko lumubog.
Ano bang plans mo in the future?
Gusto ko kasi magawa muna yung yung working area ko. Until now, hindi pa nagagawa.
So, mahirap nga na wala kang gawa. Okay, ang galing na story, no, from getting up, no, sa pagka-tumok ngayon, nakatayo pa ulit, and even better and bigger. Okay, so, any message sa iyong mga suki, sa iyong mga buyers, sa mga tumulong sa iyo, especially government agencies?
Ang ko lang, sana, yung government natin, makatulong din sila sa market ng produkto natin. Kasi na-try ko talaga na dito lang sa local, malaki ang market kung tutulungan kami. patronize sila ng local products natin.
Salamat, Miss Tess, and sana lumago pang lalo ang iyong business.
Yun ang panalangin ko palagi. Sabi ko nga, kung para sa amin, mapupunta sa amin.
Okay, so pakiawin na po natin yung mga tinda ni Miss Tess. Okay,
Thank
Business
you.
and Beyond will be back.
First, I was the provincial tourism officer of this province under Congresswoman Vilma Santos Recto. So I know the potential of this town. In fact, this is one of the greatest contributors when it comes to tourist arrival, itong Taal Heritage Town. So I fell in love with Taal talaga, and I decided to acquire one. Sabi ko, why not look for a house kahit sira-sira? We really had it renovated and repaired. Sobrang hindi ito yung itsura niya. Kasi this used to be a tourist information center, and at the same time, naging embroidery museum. And when I acquired it, it became Casa Emiliana, named after my mom. Dito po sa bayan na to, we have already, I think, 180 plus preserved ancestral houses. And this is one, itong Casa Emiliana. But not all naman are operating as bed and breakfast. Siguro mga less than 20. Pag sinabi natin bed and breakfast, homey, pang pamilya, pang magkakaibigan, pang mga samahang talagang very, very close. They can spend a night here. Perfect para sa family talaga that can accommodate at least 7. This is one of the rooms naman that can accommodate 4 max. Yung industry rate is 1,000 per pax. It's overnight plus breakfast na po yun. Mura lang. So this is the famous sinaing na tudingan. Okay? At ito naman po ang aming authentic lomi. Ang pinagmamalaking lomi ng Batangas. And of course, isa sa ipinagmamalaki din po ng bayan ng Taal, ito, tapang Taal. Masarap po yan. And of course, empanada here. Meron tayong suman. Ang gagamitin natin tables dito, kapis. Ito, as you can see, kapis po ito. Talagang hinanap pa namin ito. We just opened the noodle house. It's called Kusina Alae. When we say noodle house, we offer authentic lomi. Ang siniserve namin dito yung famous lomi ng Batangas. Siyempre yung pansit, hindi talaga mawawala sa mga Batanggenyo. Gustong-gusto ng mga turistas. When we say Taal Heritage Town, marami tayong makikita mga historic structures and sites. In fact, dito po ang tahanan, dito nagmula si Marcela Agoncillo, ang unang tumahi ng watawat ng Pilipinas, at mga noble personalities, yung mga heroes, mostly ay galing din po dito sa bayan ng Taal. Dito po yung pinakamalaki at pinakalumang simbahan o basilika. Ito yung St. Martin de Tours. Mapalad po ang Taal dahil nandito po siya. Our Lady of Kaysasay Church, which is ang alam natin, miraculous po ang Our Lady of Kaysasay. Ang mga flagship products po like Balisong. Ito po ang Barong capital of the Philippines, ang bayan po ng Taal. So, you have a lot to see here. Sabi ko nga, kung kakaibang getaway ang gusto nyo, experience Taal. Especially itong Casa Emiliana. To visit Batangas Province, don't forget to drop by here at Casa Emiliana located in Taal, Batangas. This is a different kind of getaway or experience. I-experience naman po natin. Kumbaga ito ay travel through time. Dito nyo po makikita yung ating history na napabasa lang natin sa ating mga aklat. So, please come and visit Casa Emiliana. Ang dami-dami na pong pumupunta dito. Not only domestic tourists, but foreign tourists as well.
This ends this week's episode. We hope that you've gained useful information and lessons from our discussions.
We'll see you again next week for more business news and insights. Please visit our social media accounts to share with us your comments, views, and suggestions.
Always remember, connections matter. Here at
Business and Beyond.
This program was presented by International Container Terminal Services, Inc. Excellence Uncontained.